First look at the home screen on the Switch 2. All right, it's finally here. Nintendo sent this box over, and inside this box is our Nintendo Switch 2. It's our $449 Nintendo Switch 2. Actually, there's a bunch of stuff in this box. There is the Nintendo Switch 2 plus the Mario Kart World bundle. That's $499. There's also a Switch 2 camera in here, which is $55. There's also a Switch 2 Pro controller, which is $85. And there's a physical copy of Mario Kart World, which would be $80 if you got one, which we'll need to play today because the digital copy doesn't work until tomorrow. So, kind of a pricey box, but let's just jump in. Here's the Switch 2 Pro controller. Switch 2. Mario Kart World, there it is. Switch 2 camera, and of course a little bit of extra information. They always give us a little PDF so we know what's going on, but that's it. There they are, right on top, the big new Joy-Cons. And then of course the console itself right here. It looks a little bigger every time I see it. Nice big 7.9-inch screen, thin bezels, pretty sleek. But yeah, that's the console right there. But what else comes in this box here? HDMI cable, nice. And then of course your two attachments for the Joy-Cons and the wrist straps, and that's it for here. Here's your little hub to attach both Joy-Cons. Last but not least, the dock with the fans in it that does 4K out to the TV with this new shape. I think first thing I want to do is just attach the Joy-Cons. That's the thing that I miss. When I first got to see those magnetic Joy-Cons, it's just so satisfying. This little mechanism here that pops the Joy-Con off the Switch. It attaches super well. But if you just press it a little, it detaches just like that, and then you just pull. So that's nice. Here are the little bumpers, because you might actually end up using these a little bit more often, at least if the games support the new feature where the Joy-Cons can be used as a mouse. So if I throw this bumper on here, just like that, hooks on the bottom, and there you go. So there's your Joy-Cons as mice, and also with the bumpers on if you wanted to hand hold your controller. Everybody's used to this experience. But I have some other unboxings to get to, so I'm gonna do these too. Let's do the camera first. While you're doing gameplay, you hit this new C button, and it opens this share menu, and it's supposed to be this much more social console where you can share your gameplay with other people at the same time, or even share a video feed of your face, which is overlaid over your gameplay, to someone else who is playing at the same time. This is that tiny little camera, and yep, it's just as tiny and cute as I remember. And then another USB Type-C cable for that. There's this little bezel around the front that lets you manually, physically open and close it. You got that? That's nice. So we got our Pro controller here, which is gonna be sick for some games. I don't know if I'm gonna use this for Mario Kart World, but here is your $85 Pro controller. USB Type-C cable to USB Type-A on the other end. Oh, it's kind of heavy. It's got some weight to it that I didn't actually expect. Everything else is obviously mostly plastic, and so is this controller, but it does have this like central weight where I'm sure battery and haptics all are. I think it's about time to start playing some games. Power button. Oh yeah. If I were to, in the future, maybe not get the bundle at launch, but get the physical Mario Kart World game, this is what one of those nice cartridges is gonna look like. All right. So much plastic. This is a massive package for this tiny little cartridge right here. But this is the game. Those are your pins. There we go. First look at the home screen on the Switch 2. Straight to Mario Kart World. Nice. It's me. Sorry, I should say, it's a me. This new bigger screen. 7.9-inch display looks way better. 120 hertz looks so much better. Turn the speakers down. Okay, sorry, I'm getting carried away. What I should be doing is comparing it to the other Switches. See, this is the difference that we're talking about. This is the Switch OLED on the bottom, Switch 2 on the top. That is fun. Yeah, these Joy-Cons are so much better than the old ones. Here, I'll just show you, since we have them. We can actually do a direct comparison. You have to pull the little pin in, slot it up like that. And first of all, it's larger, which does make a difference. It's a little more ergonomic, but then also every single button is bigger, the joystick is bigger. I am using this as a controller, and then I'm also able to scroll inside windows, which is kind of nice. And then of course I can select using that top button. So it works pretty well. I think there's gonna be a couple of games that do immediately support this out the box, but it's probably not something a lot of them are expecting to use. Yeah, I feel like these new Joy-Cons are almost as much of an upgrade as the new screen. Just having these huge new buttons, the whole Joy-Con being bigger, ergonomically it's better, the haptics are better. I should probably drop the sound a little bit, but yeah, it is much better to game on an individual Joy-Con with the new ones. So if you're thinking about Switch 2, oh, is that really that much of an upgrade? Is it that different to game on it? It's gonna feel different because of the Joy-Cons just as much as the screen. So here's all three Switches all lined up next to each other. Switch 1, OG, Switch OLED, new kickstand, OLED screen, Switch 2. Obviously the biggest difference is just that it's bigger. I mean, just as my first impression, the bigger Joy-Cons make such a big difference, so most people are gonna enjoy bigger Joy-Cons and bigger screen. That's it. Thanks for watching this first impressions. Let me know what you wanna see in the full review, what games I should play first of all, which experiences I should use game share with, using the camera with, using the Pro Controller with, because I wanna be pretty thorough, but this is a first look at the newest console from Nintendo. Thanks for watching. Get subscribed to see that stuff. Catch you in the next one. Peace.